Espera.
Tickets on sale now.
Dude! Cash!
Tickets on sale now.
Dude!
Tickets. To the issues, all know that me and Eden are no longer together. She left me about 3 weeks ago, and it's been the toughest thing that I've ever dealt with in my life, and I continue to deal with it today. It's not easy telling anybody that your wife has left you, your family's being torn apart, and not only that, your wife is pregnant with you guys' first child. It's tough, and I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Over the past few weeks, I've just been consulting God and just talking to God about the situation and just praying that He'll help me in this situation. I still don't see an end in sight, and she's not really responsive to any messages regarding our unborn child. A lot of you guys have been around for long enough to know that we've had issues in our marriage in the past, which led her to leave me before, and went 3 months being separated and then got back together. But those same forces that were working against our marriage back then never stopped, and they've been at play and working for the past 4 years. No matter what I did as a husband to sacrifice and provide for my family, it seems like these forces just wouldn't give up. And eventually these forces got to her again and caused her to leave. If you guys know me, then you guys know that family is all I've ever worked for. Family is my definition of success. It's the thing that kept me motivated, kept me trying to make more money, going to college, working my way through the corporate ladder, and then ultimately taking a step back from corporate and trying to build entrepreneurship so I can spend more time with my family, to fix my marriage, to ultimately spend more time in the future with my kids. And it seems like that dream is being just ripped apart for me right now. I know it may come as a surprise to a lot of you who have seen a lot of smiling and a lot of fun throughout the videos that have been posted on this channel. And I can tell you now, you guys don't have to look in the comment section or go to the end of the video. This is not a prank. It's 100% real. And it sucks to even have to say that. In the past, we've been very vague in regards to the issues that have taken place inside of our marriage in regards to those forces working against us. And by no means is this a video to bash anybody or throw anybody under the bus, but I wanted to tell the truth and tell exactly what's going on inside my life. So in regards to the issues in our marriage, the issue has always been that Eden's parents have never wanted her to be inside this marriage. They have went to drastic measures to try to ruin this marriage, to try to break apart what God has put together. And eventually, I guess they won, because she's no longer here, and there was nothing that I could have done differently about the situation. No matter how much I sacrificed, it just wouldn't work. And I think back to a conversation that Eden and I had 3 years ago prior to her coming back here and trying to mend a marriage. And she told me that she would never be happy and we would never work if I did not have a relationship with her father. And that statement has stood the test of time. No matter what I did, if that relationship wasn't there, then she wasn't happy and she wasn't really interested in being my wife. I tried to smile through it all. I tried doing everything that I could, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough. The reason why I couldn't have a relationship with her father is because he was very disrespectful to me and wanted our marriage not to be a Christian marriage. He wanted to pull this whole thing apart, as well as her mother as well. And I even went around that for quite some time, which no man or woman should ever have to be around someone who's blatantly disrespectful to them. But Eden felt like I should just push through it and just ignore everything they're trying to do to the marriage and everything they're trying to do to me. And the fact that they have taken her ability to be in this marriage away is tough, not only to me, but to just the future of this family. There were some very disturbing things that were discovered during this pregnancy, in which led to have a need for protection of my unborn child. And Eden didn't want me to be a father. She didn't want me to protect my child from individuals who have been very, very disgusting and disturbing, for that matter, to children in the past. And I didn't want those individuals to be around, so she took it upon herself to leave me and allow them to be around. So that's honestly what I'm dealing with right now. And I just pray that everything works out. Do not go over and bash her by any means. If anything, if you're a prayer warrior, you're a believer in Jesus Christ, just pray for the whole entire situation. Pray for her. And what's good, CNE? I got it. Weeks of not uploading. Back from this YouTube. And just to move on with life. Day about. Because I woke up the other day and I was just thinking, tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Especially, sometimes I think of me. Look at what I showed you guys on YouTube. Through the vlogs of showing you guys an Achilles rupture that led to blood clots in the leg, and then blood clots near my heart and lungs, a pulmonary aneurysm that almost took me out. We're not promised tomorrow. And I would hate for a false narrative to be out on my name without me getting a chance to defend it with the truth. So, this whole time I've been gone is really because people were allegedly trying to silence me. They attempted to use the videos that I had released regarding my life, which I've always done on this channel through the years, and tried to use that against me and say that the things that I am saying equate to domestic abuse. I can't say it on YouTube because I'll be demonetized. But you get what I'm saying. Domestic A. Domestic A. DA. When it wasn't. It was simply telling you guys about my life and what's going on in it. Continuing the story. But at the same time of trying to use my videos against me, I come to find out from the many messages that were forwarded over to me from the same individual that they are telling people that I was abusing them. That I'm abusive. And that just doesn't sit right with me. And I wanted to clear the air on that because I've never been abusive to anyone. And it's a
Hup. So I wanted to, the after effect of what that guy did on Saturday. Well, Saturday or Sunday. And I want to show you that wasn't just him. The United States or the Western world, first world countries, they're not a good place to try to start a family in. Because it seems like it's all this drama, extra drama for absolutely no reason because power hungry women who know they got the advantage in the laws. Men shouldn't have to do flips and dives in order to see their kids. It have to, just because a chick changes her mind. And I'm gonna, oh, come on. I'm going to show you instances and so-called YouTube couples who broke up, or the women decided they want to walk away from all the time the dude put into her. And the guy had to go and pursue that chick in order to get her back. Now, you see one dude who went off the deep end and did the unthinkable. But guess what? There's another person who is going through the same thing. There's a lot of men that are going through this. They're putting all this time and work into these females, and they get nothing back but disrespect. Now, you heard him say in the last video that she wanted him to have a relationship with the father. And I don't get it that this is what I had to deal with when I had a so-called friend. I was always having to be around this family who disrespected me. And I was supporting him, but I had to be around that disrespect all the time. But with an environment that I dominate, that dude that I sat back and supported and was helping, he wouldn't be nowhere around, and I had to break apart. I couldn't be around somebody who constantly put me in an environment where I was being stressed out and I was helping him. But when it came to helping me, it's like, oh, I'm busy. I got things to do. Like, well, you don't even have a job. What are you talking about? How you so busy? This okay. That's why I said I can't have any friends. Can't. I refuse to let myself be around people, be around scenarios and stuff like that where I'm pushing myself or having to deal with certain things that I shouldn't be dealing with at all. This is what happens when you let people in your life, different people in your life, they abuse the fact that you got to support them, or they abuse the fact that you can't get along with certain people. And then they think that you should just oh, if you care about me, then you gonna support me no matter what and deal with the disrespect. If a family member or or somebody's friends don't like you, you should know how to mitigate that situation and don't bring that person around, even if it's your girlfriend or it's your wife. I'm not gonna bring my girlfriend or my wife around my family for her to feel uncomfortable. And the girlfriend and the wife shouldn't do the same thing. If we can't get along, we should both understand that we can't be in the same room unless it's something really, really important. A birthday, present, or anything like that. A birthday or something like that. Other than that, no. Like, no, we can't be in the same room. But for some reason, come on, man. For some reason, these chicks try to force guys to be around in-laws that they can't get along with. And it becomes more stressful to be around these people than it becomes fun. And you heard him in the first video said that basically she has her kid around a pedo. But this is what these are the people who society said makes better parents than men. These are the people who they say things like, well, black men are this and black men are that. She letting people around her kid, and when something bad happens to the kid, all he's gonna have to do is sit in court and cry because he couldn't see his kid. You know how many men are sitting in a courtroom right now, and the fact that they couldn't see their kid, and they sitting there looking at the judges, and they sitting there looking at these laws, and they like, yo, I wanted my kid back so this never happened. But y'all motherfuckers are the reason why this happened to me. And then all the judge could say is, we're sorry this happened. It's like, no. How you sorry this happened? You guys was the one that made the call to let her have the kid. Now she brought the wrong people around. They killed my kid. And it's your fault. And all you gotta say is, sorry? Nobody pays for this? No wonder that dude snapped out like he did. But it's happening to more and more men. This is why I said these women are not worth it, man. Now let's continue with his story.
Shame that anyone would try to tell that narrative, but at the same time of trying to silence me, be sending messages of false narratives to you guys. That just doesn't sit right. It's not right. So I wanted to clear the air on that one. And one of the specific messages in regards to there was enough
These are the customers you've been looking for. And when you market on LinkedIn, you reach them in the frame of mind
that a judge thought that there should be a restraining order is just simply not true. I don't know if you guys know the way the court system works, but clearly I do now, unfortunately. Someone can go down to a...
See, and this is the blue pill mindset, right? See, there's a lot of guys who think that red pill men are crybabies, comic explains, say crap like, oh yeah, the red pill babies. And these people don't understand how everybody in the red pill community and MGTOW, we're actually saying this right. They don't really listen to us until it's their turn to deal with the consequences of what women want to do to them. Then they start trying to come into the spaces, and then they start understanding this people, like I said yesterday in my video. Wait. Oh. like I said before in the video, a lot of them will look at and be like, a lot of them will look and be like, oh, I should have listened to these guys in the first place. I should have listened to these dudes in the first place. And then out of nowhere, we're not giving credit for telling these guys the truth of what happens. And all we get is a, oh, I'm sorry. This is why I can't feel sorry for people. Like, shout out to MOT too. I feel sorry for people who didn't understand the laws. But when you have an open forum, and when you have a bunch of people who are going after MGTOW and SYSBM, Passport Bros, the good side, and all these different alternatives for men try to tell you about what's going on, it's like wow. It seemed to be that dudes just wanna, they got too much feminine energy in them, cause it is feminist. It is feminine energy to sit back and know that there's a whole bunch of mistakes out here, and there's a actual blueprint, or not a blueprint. There's an actual story written on another person, and you don't want to read that story. You want to make your own story, so you could be under the same kind of circumstances as the story that you didn't read. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at these scenarios, and I'm like, how can anybody sit back and in their right mind thinking that nothing could go wrong? How? A lot of these dudes have put in a lot of work for these chicks. And dudes don't understand that when you do stuff on your own, that's your work. That's your work. But when you get with a chick, she will think that everything you're doing is basically hers, to the point where it becomes more like, wow, why would anyone suggest guys be in relationships if it's this kind of dynamic where you gonna have to deal with somebody like this who goes up and down and this and that and stressing you out? It seems like society that likes to lie to men, telling men to do something. Come on. I gotta start turning notifications off when I make videos, man. Boy. It's kind of a it's kind of a joke, man.
Courthouse and actually make allegations against you with no evidence and without hearing the other person's side at all. Telling false things and get a temporary restraining order until you get to go battle that in court. And that's exactly what I did. And when the court came to the conclusion, they said they had no findings of any violence.
And this is what happens, and this is the consequences of men getting in relationships with women. The money start racking up, pumping up in these holes and pumping up in these holes and all this other shit. Why do men have to go to court to prove that they're innocent because somebody made something up? There's a lot of women who destroyed men's property, and they barely get the money that they owe from these women after these women destroyed their property. Most women, when they're supposed to go to court, when women are supposed to go to court, they don't show up. That's a lot of different cases. I can tell you from experience of knowing dudes who actually took women to court, and these women literally would not come to court because they felt like they shouldn't come to court. They shouldn't have to come to court because they're gonna win it anyway. There's plenty of people who got their stuff broken up, got their stuff broken into, and everything else, and they like, okay, I'm gonna go to court. I'm gonna do the right thing. And then when it's a man's turn to get his justice, it's kind of like it slows everything down. It takes a guy almost 6-7 years to clear his name from an allegation, but it takes a year to put a man on child support or do all this. And I'm like, wow, like, why tell guys to believe in a so-called court system when the court system does not do anything towards to help men? All it does is constrain them. And then you want to sit back and make me believe that I can believe in this court system? Like, what the? Are you crazy? Are you mental? Hey, and you want me to believe in the mental health industry as well, when it's dominated by females? Are you for real? How easy it is for a guy to get dragged into court just to prove his innocence, and then when he get involved with another girl, no matter how much vetting and did all this other stuff he does, he has to continue to go in and out of courtrooms. And these laws don't change. You gave power to a gender who throws a hissy fit and bring men in. It was by design. It's to milk men out of their money so men don't have their own independence. This is why they going after MGTOW, SYSBM. This is why they going after This is why they going after this is why they going after guys, because we openly telling them that we're not going to be a part of their system, and they're like, no, you are going to be part of the system. We want you to be a part of this system so we could take you for all your money, take you for your mindset. We want to destroy you mentally, physically, and financially. And if we can't destroy you financially, we're going to destroy you mentally. It's pretty much insane that you got to deal with this kind of stuff, and it's like it's a never ending thing for men that have to deal with this crap. Most women are not dragged into court for something that a guy made up. So I don't get this argument about standing up for men and you care about black men and all this other stuff, because guess what? Where is the GoFundMe's at when a guy needs to go fight in court so his money don't be touched? Where is the support at when a guy get lied on? Brian Banks had to do a lot of time and then come out and then get his story told. And even after that, the girl is still out here not doing anything. She didn't get any type of justice or nothing, and he still had to deal with it.
I wonder why. I wonder why the same person that's mother called a police department in California, where I haven't been there in years, files a report to them that, quite frankly, is disgusting and could have gotten me killed. Telling false stories that actually can be proven to be wrong with real evidence. That when I call out to the investigator on that case and talk to him, he said it was an odd, quote unquote, conversation. And that these conversations typically only happen when someone's trying to get a head up on a divorce or a custody battle. To me, filing for divorce and then in retaliation, someone going and filing a DA case against me when I haven't seen them in months. But it's just truly disgusting that someone will put me inside the positions that I have been put in lately. When all I've ever wanted was the best for everybody, the best for my child. That, by the way, I have not gotten the opportunity to see. He was kept away from me during his birth, kept away from me after his birth, kept away from me on my first Father's Day as a father, which is just sad. It's sad. Even when I got divorced and got a court order for my son to be returned to me, it was ignored. It was ignored. I've had to go through so many battles with this person that it's literally absurd. And the filings just kept getting worse and worse. And honestly, I'm still going through it as they tried to open back up the divorce. They even tried to take my car away from me that I got in 2013 before I even met him. Tried to get spousal support.
I'm sorry I had to laugh, but a lot of these dudes, a lot of these guys will try to run with the narrative that, you know, a Super Sly or these other dudes who say, what they gonna take from a poor man? What they gonna take from that? Poor people, they don't take nothing from poor people. What are you talking about? They take their freedom. They take their freedom. They take their money from them. They'll take their car. They'll take their job. I made that case to somebody I forgot on here. I don't know if it was here or online. I mean, or here or somewhere else. I said, what are you talking about? I'm like, if they're not going to take the money, they're going to sit back and take something from that guy. They gonna lie on his job. You like how many women went to a dude's job and lied on him and said some crazy out the wall stuff, and then he loses his job and she moves on to do this to another person. But somehow, some way, men don't lose anything when they with women. You have to be kidding me. So he was about to lose a car. He was about to lose a car based off the fact that he got lied on. They was trying to destroy his whole life because they wanted to get their way. But women are winning. Women are winning. It seems to me like a bunch of toddler childs who just throw stuff around, throwing a sledgehammer around and destroying the whole walls and the foundations. Because more and more men are finally starting to wake up, but they're not waking up at a good rate. And they're standing up for themselves and they're not getting involved with these chicks, including myself. Why would I put myself at risk where I could lose anything and everything based off one lie? And then you want me to prove myself that I'm not what you said I am? But then you want me to trust the society who never came to my defense when I was lied on. But when I turned around, a chick can get as much support she possibly can when she glued her hair. She used Gorilla Glue on her hair. Or a chick who went to All-Star Weekend and got stuck and got money to travel back. But you still want me to believe in the same society? Yeah, sure. Sure, it's good women out here. Sure.
And kept me away from my child without any court order that said they could. But hey, that's life. And sometimes we have tough things we have to deal with. But as I told you guys,
and see, this is the delusional shit that we have to deal with as men. Guys like him is kind of stupid because eventually he's gonna have his breaking point. I don't think he's gonna have the Jay Black kind of situation, but I think he probably will take himself out. Because a lot of these guys will say, well, that's just life. I can deal with it. And then when it becomes too much, then that's when you see that full force anger comes out. Let's continue, man.
When I was gone, that when I return, you guys would know exactly why I've been gone for so long.
Mind you, this is in September. Was it September? This September. He's been going for October, November, and it's December now. 3 months now. It seemed like that cheery self of him. Yeah, man, I gotta get back out there and do all this. They probably made some new shit up about him, and he's in court fighting. Trying to see his kid. But, gee golly. You know, life just comes and goes, guys. Gee golly, God is going to help me. Gee golly.
And hopefully this clears it all up. Honestly, I want to be done with it. I want to move on.
smartphones were more than just smart. The all-new Google Pixel 6 truly sees you, not a blurry face. With the most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet, Google Pixel 6.
Those students who may be struggling, who may have a low self-esteem, I like those kids.
I'm going to who?
So, this chick decided to break up with her longtime boyfriend because he didn't want to get married. And everybody was saying, oh, she's not that type of girl. She ain't that type of girl that's going to do what other women going to do. I had a back and forth with somebody in the comment section. And I had to compose myself because I'm like, if I break too much knowledge, I'm wasting my intelligence in a YouTube comment, and I shouldn't put that much thought, because even if I come correct, especially if I'm talking to a female, she's still not gonna get it because she's believing this personality and love and this other bullshit. And I'm like, it doesn't matter about any of that. It matters what that chick is gonna do with the power and what she does when she doesn't get her way. And as you see, on this chick's channel, they used to have a family channel. He deleted his social media. He deleted his social media, and she continued to be on here by herself, which her views are not really. This is all she does. This is all she does. Online shopping. Hey guys. Online shopping. She's super thick. Wig or not. She loved this. Halloween tag. Love me here. Costume. Mukbang. Talking about big changes. Big changes two months ago is when she broke up with her boyfriend, longtime boyfriend. And mind you, this dude was about to go rumble a whole bunch of people over her when it was in a house. And I forgot what house it was. It was a house for all the YouTubers. And he was about to rumble for her. And I'm like, he wish he would have took that back then. See, when women have their power, when women have power over men, they want everything their way, or is their way or the highway. This is why you can't be with these egotistical chicks, because they'll talk about a man's ego and talk about how men are predatory and all this other stuff, but then the contrary, you see them doing the exact same thing at a worse level. Shit. Oh, okay. So, this is all she does on her channel, because it's on her channel. Now, with her, you know, this is the lies. The hoes are winning, 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 hoes are winning. There's a lot of female gamers who don't even make 100,000. I mean, not 100,000. They don't even get 100,000 views, let alone make $100,000. And it's like, if they're winning, they will be winning at the highest level because it's too much competition. They're doing the same thing. They're pulling the same card. They're playing the same playbook. What is it? Let me see. So, with her and her boyfriend, they got 18,000 views. None of her videos, other than the lingerie, got 18,000 views. Everything else of her talking about herself, her kid, don't get no views. Now, when she is with her boyfriend and certain pranks, they make 15,000, 10,000, 11,000, 41,000 when she was supposed to be pregnant, 23,000, 94,000, 34,000, 92,000. So her channel alone was based off the fact that it was her and her boyfriend, not her. But she made it all about her, and she got a bland personality. See, this is what happens when you tell every chick that she can be better than something without the so-called man. A lot of women are never told the truth that they're boring, they're socially awkward, something really wrong with them. They let them just run around doing whatever they want. And then they go around talking crap to guys. Like, oh, something wrong with you, man. You got something wrong with you. You're a loser. You're this or you're that. You got to self-improve. I was on the wrong side of YouTube with the females over there, and they got the nerve to talk about how Sierra was putting in work to be with Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson had to put in work to be with her. And I'm like, what the? You serious? This dude was already putting more work in while she was being tossed around by Future. So, what work did she do other than make a mistake, have a kid with the wrong dude, while he was being cheated on with his wife, and he had to recover from that? I'm like, these people are delusional. Now let's I'm gonna give you the backgrounds of a lot of different people. So,
Ever wondered about search? Visit YouTube to learn more about how search works.
I felt like I really just, that was it. Should not make either reach up. It was so much.
So, this is what dudes have to deal with when you take on another man's seed. See, this dude just came around because he seen that this Jamaican simp took on somebody else's daughter and start raising it his own, and the daughter finally start calling the Jamaican simp dad. And then here comes the biological dad reaching out because he wants to be on camera, and he want to actually be on camera, and they're forgiving him. They're forgiving him and letting him come into their life because, I don't know, fake forgiveness. See, this is what a lot of guys, this is the difference between an American stepdad and some people overseas stepdad, right? See, a dude who does the wrong thing get to be forgiven a good guy who's always showed that he was always doing the right thing can't be forgiven because he was supposed to always be good. Even with society throwing stuff at him to try to turn him into a bad guy. It seemed like society is well off always trying to forgive all the wrong people, and they never forgive the right people. So you got to deal with this kind of crap going on all the time with these idiots, and you want men to try to take on somebody else's seed, and then the biological dad get to walk in based off of your work and come in and be a part-time dad. And he might try to sleep with your wife. They might rekindle something that they had before. Mind you, I think in the beginning of this year, the Shane and Liana, they was about to break up. They had to take a break from each other. And I'm going to show you instances where this chick is wilding out. But if it was on the other shoe, she wouldn't even try to give Shane another chance, even though he took her kid on. And everybody exposed her during this time. Now,
Welcome to Tranquillum House.
Even though this is a prank, this is how she really act. She acted super disrespectful towards him. Even though he came into her life and helped her take care of her kid and was a stepdad to her kid. She was constantly screaming at him, beating him up, all this other stuff. Until the world pretty much showed her, put a mirror to her face and told her, what's wrong with you? You got a man who's willing to take care of your kid and you still treat him like trash?
The people who come here, they come to heal.
Hi, you must be Liana. I'm Holly. It's so nice to meet you. So how about you and Shane come and join me in my office for a few minutes? It's okay, you're good. You have nothing to worry about. Come on in.
So,
and there we go. Mind you, this is like a year ago. This is a year ago. And this is kind of the stuff that everybody is talking about. It's good for them to do this to guys, but when you do the same thing to them, they start snapping out and throwing stuff and doing this. This chick was a complete hypocrite. She threw stuff at him. She disrespected him. And then she was trying to break up with the guy in 2021 after all this work he put in.
Biggest comeback in history. Everybody sing from your diaphragm. Hi, guys.
So, I don't know what happened between them. I don't want to make assumptions, but they went through a marriage situation where they was going to get a divorce. Now let's hear her say what she said.
It's a really beautiful day. Someone is doing water skiing, but at the end, we decided to give us one more try. So it was a lot of learning experience for both of us.
See, this is what I'm talking about when it comes down to this relationship stuff. What the fuck is the use of talking, having conversations, when you're not learning about each other? This is why I laugh at people talk about getting to know somebody. Go out there and get to know somebody. There's plenty of people out there. It's two different things, conversations. It's conversations to learn and conversations just to have conversations. And then you go to the other part of having useless conversations, and then you having conversations that you supposed to take notes in your head about the person. Not to get an advantage, but to get the detail on who you dealing with. Why is it that people are so rushed to get married and have kids and they don't even know each other? And I'm talking about for both sides and most all cultures. See, difference is that she married an African dude from Africa. She couldn't have done this to her own race. Now, I already talked about this whole thing about other races of women in a video for I think last year or a couple 2 3 years ago, where you would have women who try to use people outside of their culture to get away with stuff that they wouldn't get away with if they were dealing with men in their culture. This is why you have to maintain a certain standard even when you're dealing with them. So when they go out of hand, you just check them and say, I know how your culture is. I'm here to just enforce that, but I'm here to have slightly lenience than that dude does. Those guys do. But if you get to the point where you're disrespecting me because you think that I'm giving you a little bit of freedom, then you could go back to the men of your culture. And they don't want that. Well, you could go free then and be treated just like the women in this culture. Have fun. And while your culture tells you that you're not welcome, you're going to be stuck here being a toss around for every other dude here. So, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's a learning experience for both of us. Now, let's go right here when they said it was going to...
And we decide to give us one more try. We're gonna separate. We were gonna get a divorce. A lot of things happened. I don't want to go into too much details, but at the end, we decide to give us one more try. So,
Hey Mom, if I could talk, what would I tell you? I'd say thanks for giving me Cosequin all these years.
You're 10 years older than him. So this is a Canadian YouTube couple who stopped making videos like 5 months ago. I don't know what happened to them, but they say they broke up. And this is a couple who was married for like almost 20 years. So they went on YouTube and they messed their relationship up. Man. Like I said, a lot of relationships are built off dreams and built off whatever they built off. They're not built off actually knowing each other and actually knowing the other person that you with. It's actually about some kind of dreamland crap that I kind of find funny that a lot of people try to make people believe in this dream.
Yo, what's good, YouTube?
It's my fault.
I wouldn't say it's your fault. It's a bit of a mixture. We both need a bit of time to, I guess, process the situation, work out what we want to do.
Yeah, I guess so, but you have wanted to, we've been getting the DMs, the messages, etc. But when
Hella DMs. I don't think there's any day that's gone past where I haven't got a DM from one of you. So shout out to all the supporters.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry for not replying. This is my response. I just wanted to address everyone at once instead of I can't just message everyone the same thing.
Exactly, and we didn't really know what was going to be happening and what we're going to be doing, so we thought let's just take some time out, decide what was going to happen, and then here we are. I guess you can tell by the title of this video. No clickbait. This is not clickbait title.
No prank.
No prank. You done it before. But this time it's legit. We have decided to go separate ways. He's still TJ and I'm still Rose. We're still the same people. I guess we still have the same love for each other, etc. But we just think that we're better separate, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the boss.
This is why this is the concept of when people talk shit and say that humans are interactive creatures or we're so-called social creatures. They don't really understand what the fuck they're talking about. Because now we're not in this generation where we are fooled because we don't have technology. We're living in technology. In my time, we grew up with the technology. In the early 2000s, when I was a teen and stuff, technology wasn't really that far like it is now. But as soon as it got to like 2008, And 2008, 2008, that's when it ramped up, and cell phones got better, and all this different devices and everything started to move super, super fast. When you get involved, look, as a child and as a teenagers, relationships are not as serious as you want them to be. People don't take them serious. But once you hit 18 and up, relationships are serious. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't waste nobody's time. You should. A woman should not waste a man's time if she's not serious about a relationship, or she should put it on the table on what it is and what her mindset is. If I get into a relationship today or tomorrow, I'm gonna tell the female straight away. If anything happens in my mindset right where I'm at, I can leave this relationship in an instant if you do something wrong. I'm not at the point where I want to deal with certain things. And I'll put it out there. Both sides should always put the fact is that they could talk to each other on a status or what they are in a relationship, so nobody makes mistakes. But I know that none of these chicks make honesty because this is in the UK. So let's hear the explanation of why they broke up.
Right, guys, just to make it clear, like, the reason we've broken up isn't because of some scandal or anything like that.
So I don't want to see us on like UK street blog.
It's because that she wants freedom from him. Mind you, this is the dynamics in these feminist countries.
Like that. Like, we're still friends as well. Like, you see, I mean, it's taken us a while to get to this point, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it really has.
I guess the easiest way to say it, guys, is that we were together since we were really young, and I guess we kind of grew up together, but we never both got to experience being independent, so.
And they all say this kind of stuff, right? See, other countries and other cultures, they preach that you supposed to have a wife or a girlfriend, but you also supposed to live your life separately. You live your life separately, but not live your life separately, but you're supposed to have separate lifestyles that don't have to conflict with your relationships. I've seen many marriages work where the man or the woman isn't cheating, but they both have their own thing. The guy has his own thing and the female has her own thing. And she respects her relationship. So they can develop as people being together. I thought her culture was Muslim. Didn't her parents teach her that? Or they let the UK feminist system break them up?
I guess the YouTube pressure for me got a lot.
Yeah.
For me, more like teenagers loving it. I did really, don't get me wrong, I love YouTube. I think it's fantastic. I love you all so much. But the YouTube pressure's got to me. I started to get very stressed out. I guess I also still have my 9 to 5 and everything together. Just kind of, I maybe took out on the wrong person, but I got very, very tired and very exhausted, and it kind of led to where we are now. But it's not the end of Rose, and it's not the end of TJ.
It's not. There's bigger and better things coming up, guys, and all the team TJ know that your boy can't just give up on everything like that. So I guess what the plan is that we basically come up with. Rose at the moment, she's kind of taking a step back from social media. As some of you will notice, she hasn't had an Instagram for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, I do plan to reactivate that again, probably not far from this video uploads, because I know loads of people are going to want to DM me and message me. I'm still there for you guys. If you guys want to talk about, I know I used to get loads of DMs about fitness, relationship problems, etc. I am still your girl to come to. Message me, I'm here for you. I think it was best that, where I'm not going to be on social media, I don't really know direction. TJ's always known he wants to be a YouTuber. He's always known exactly what he wants to do for him to take over the platforms and do his thing.
See, and this is what happens when you get with somebody who don't have. This is what happens when you get with most women. Most women are they flitter around in society. They don't have no goals, and this is the reason why a lot of them. This is the main reason why a lot of them. They go into places where they don't belong. Like they go into male spaces to try to take over male spaces because they don't have their own. They don't have their own interests at all. Okay. This is what happens, right? This is the reason why they envy men who have things that they enjoy, right? Because a lot of these chicks are really empty and they undersatisfied. This is why they don't like video games. They don't like gamers. Because they don't have no personalities. And they don't have anything that they can do. This is the reason why they have this SJW agenda, women empowerment bullcrap and all this. Oh, women could do this all. Women could do this all. Women could do it all. Women could do this all. And women could do it all. And it is overinflated egos because, like, if you really do have your own life, you don't need to tell everybody to get their life. You get away from that person. You don't interacting with social media, and then you don't tell somebody to go touch grass. When I hear people say go touch grass or go outside, I'm like, don't you see what's going on out here? You see that they trying to make people vaccinate themselves because of an unproven thing, but I'm not going to get into that, right? It's like what is wrong with people? It seems like all these people are just aimlessly walking in society, and all they do is mimic each other, and all they do is try to judge you and try to bring you down to their level. Oh yeah, you need to do this and you need to do that. You need to do this and you need to do that. Yo, you need to do this and you need to do that. And it's like, if you were so busy with doing whatever your life is, you wouldn't have time to be on here. Like I said before, and I would keep saying it, I could easily just leave and don't make videos for 3 more months. Because I have other things that I'm doing. Right now, I'll tell you my agenda, what I was doing, right? The obviously financial stuff and making some money, whatever. But next to that, my hobbies, I'm watching Teen Wolf. I just finished Being Human USA. I'm on Being Human UK. I'm watching the Born Identity franchise. Never saw the movies. I got Power Rangers Turbo, which is really, really hard to watch because I don't like Justin. I'm watching Burn Notice. And I'm playing 6 games right now. Not all at the same time. So I have things that I'm doing. So I wonder, like, always ask myself, why is it the opposite side got their own shit they're going on? Oh yeah, my fault. And I'm watching Dexter, New Blood. It's I don't know what to say about Dexter's New Blood, but it's okay. But the episodes didn't intensify yet. But it's still fun to watch from week to week. When you ask these females what they're doing, or like the kind of stuff that they maintaining or what they're doing, they can't even tell you at all. Cause they're putting this thing in for men that you have to be around people 24/7. You have to need people to talk to. You have to do this and have to do that and have to be around people 24/7. And this is why half of them don't. This is why half of them pretty much don't have lives outside of people.
You can't be crazy. You can't crazy anymore.
Why? That's the best thing about it, though.
The price goes up. So I guess it'll be the last of me you see on this channel. I just want to say I love you all.
Ever wondered about...
So Jack and Lex. So you could do your research with this. She broke up with Buddy last year because she wanted a break from him. And she's a tomboy. And pretty much she broke up with him out of nowhere. But I bet you she wouldn't tolerate him breaking up with her or taking a break. She'd just break it off. And she expected him to just sit there while she made up her mind to know if she wanted to be in a relationship with him. And I'm like, that's insane. That is insane right there, man. That a guy put a lot of work in with these chicks and they could just walk away. Hey, MOT, he's absolutely right when it comes down to these uncultured women. They could just walk away at the drop of a dime. And then they expect you to sit there and not move on while they're telling the world they moved on. So he actually begged her to come back. And it's like, Jesus, man, these dudes. So now they do on YouTube again. So this dude, this is the Asian dude, Wolfgang. What is it? Chino Alpha Wolf, which he's not an alpha. He's more like an omega. And his girlfriend is constantly screaming at him, yelling at him, doing all this stuff. And one of the worst things that I ever seen in a relationship dynamics is she has a dog and she still see her ex-boyfriend and say they share custody with a dog. Never in my life did I ever hear a woman say they share custody with a dog. And she goes sees the boyfriend. And everybody said that she's sleeping with this guy. And she's doing that just in case she's using him. She got him to move out his own apartment and them to get the house together. Then those pranks, even though they so-called fake, a lot of these pranks show the person who they really are. Just like the Cam and Eden stuff. It all comes out eventually.
Great mystery unpeels itself like an onion.
We have to solve this case.
You guys are familiar with my
Tree thing.
My page and want to display my life with you when you don't want to do the same thing. I'm gonna clean mine up. Make sure this house all belongs to me. This one with me and you kissing, we can go.
See, and a lot of dudes put too much in relationships with women who ain't mature enough to be in relationships, or who don't know how to be in relationships. When I say that I could leave at a drop of a hat, that's just my mindset in the beginning of the relationship, because I don't feel like I'm taking this chick. I don't feel like I should take this chick seriously now. You shouldn't even take a chick seriously you should give her 5 years. Or unless she has an extreme cultural background where that's your safety net to get rid of her fast. And she can't pull anything. So, if y'all don't notice, this chick, the two R. Kelly girls that what happened with the R. Kelly situation, this girl is the little sister of one of those girls. I forgot which ones. And she was all up in the news, and she is, she tried to get some clout from the situation, and it didn't pan out. And I forgot what sister she is. Let me do it while I'm right here. She is the sister. Let me see. Her name is Jocelyn Savage. So the girl Jocelyn Savage, that's connected to R. Kelly, this is her little sister. And she tried to gain some clout off the R. Kelly situation, but it didn't work out like that. They got 300,000 views. Well, 323K subs and 80 some views. So their channel is basically dead. They barely make 50,000 views. Barely. They barely have 50,000 views. So that clout shit didn't work.
What happened?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Found him flushing these.
Do you want me to get you a toothbrush or a toilet?
So this dude is like a 7-foot dude, like a 6-foot dude. And he had a crush on, her name is Ashley Ortega. And Ashley Ortega was not trying to give him the cheeks, even though he actually cared about her. See, she don't like nice guys. She like the bad boys. And I'm going to show you what the bad boys do to her and what kind of chick she is. And this is why you can't be friends with females, because they play around with you too much on some flirty stuff, but then they try to use you like you are their family, or they try to put you in a role to try to put too much responsibilities on you, even though you're so-called friends. Now, there's certain responsibilities that friends have, but there's levels to it. If somebody knew me for a decade, you have a bigger responsibility, and I have a bigger responsibility towards you. You're my friend. So that means that there's a depth of stuff that I can actually do for you. But if we've only been friends for 1 or 2 years, then there's some things that you shouldn't even bring me into. You should go to your people who knew you for a long time to bring them in there. But with women, they think that because you be a friend with them for a year or so, they could give you They could give you responsibilities of friends that been with them for 10 years. Or they try to give you responsibilities that responsibilities of a boyfriend, but you don't have sexual access to her. And that's what happens between these two. Now, let's go. This is my last thing right here. Ashley Ortega and Fredo.
Can I just say, first of all, hold on. Nah, let me say something.
So, that's the same chick who played the dude Josh. And everybody called her out on the fact that she didn't give Josh the cheeks, and he probably would have kept it to himself. But she gave this dude the cheeks. She sucked him off and did all types of stuff, got drunk with him, and he started just going out trashing her. And mind you, this is the same dude who tried to get clout off trying to bust pedos. And I wanted to I want to break this down too. A lot of people in society is taking easy targets. The easy target of people now is going after so-called pedos, right? They're not going to go after drug dealers because it's too dangerous. They're not going after gang members. They're not cleaning up the community. They're going to go after the easy targets. A bunch of sick individuals that don't have weapons. And it's kind of like they're feeding on people who feed on weaker people. But they're not going to go after big they're not going to go after big pedo rings. You know, they're FBI agents, CIA agents. There's high government officials who do pedos or pedos, but they won't go after them because they might lose their life, or they're going to get somebody with power. So how they get clout is based off them going after the weakest people in the group, so they can say that they're doing something good. And that's what Fredo did. He went around busting so-called pedos, and pretty much people got tired of him doing that. And they saw that most of it was fake. And they left him alone. But look at the conversation between them.
That energy hostile.
No, you.
Hold on. No, the energy way too hostile. Hold on. The energy way too hostile. The energy way too hostile. The energy way too hostile. Like, chill.
I'm talking.
You just got here. Chill.
And I've been waiting to talk. So let's talk.
My nigga, chill.
Don't talk to me. Y'all disrespectful.
My nigga, chill.
Okay, then start it off.
Let me start. Can I start?
I just said that.
Fuck it. I'm gonna start this shit from the top.
I just said it. Go.
Start this shit from the top. I've been.
And this is why I said body count matters. Because a lot of women are attached to guys like this. A lot of women are attached to mentally ill dudes. And if you make the wrong move, if you be with a chick and she's still attached to this guy, one slip up that she could get drunk and she could sleep with him while she in a relationship with you. This is why I said body count matters and who she hangs out with matters. Because the fact is, a lot of men are not going to go to a lot of men, specific men, if they have a high body count, and I'm talking about the moral guys, if they have a high body count for obvious reasons, they're not going to go and try to be with the women that they've been with. They're going to drop all of them and they're going to go with the woman that they with. Women will have a guy in their back pocket, and then these guys might get mad because you got the girl that he been with, and she looks good today, and he got a drought. And this woman used to be in his rotation. And guess what? He's going to tap her because he know how to hit her better than you do. So you're constantly in a state of, oh, I have to start over. It's just my turn. And all this mental bullshit that these motherfuckers are putting you through. And shout out to JJ Wilson making a video about passport dudes being on some bullshit. And saying this bullshit of pump and dump and it's just your turn and all this other dumb shit. When somebody said that it's just your turn, it's kind of like telling somebody it's just your turn to drink out of a bottle that they cleaned and they put the same drink in. No one is going to go to a supermarket filled with used boxes and used bottles that everybody else drink from. So why would you do that for a female? You understand that a female been with a whole bunch of dudes and been with somebody before you, but it's not clearly how she been with somebody, a week after or a week before. You immediately sharing whatever somebody else has instead of the person being in a relationship. But the funny thing about this is a lot of females like to drag along all the men they used to date, all the men they used to be with. Mentally and physically, they like to drag along these guys. Men have to change up real fast. So I hate that mentality of it's just your turn and all this other crap because it's a toxic mentality.
Fucking with Ashley since it's been over a year. It's been over a year. All right. It's been over a year since I've been fucking with Ashley. I was talking to her. I was kicking it with her. It was cool. All right. She came to Orlando. All right. At the time that she came, I wasn't where I needed to be. All right. I had just got into some like crazy shit. Just got out of a relationship. It was some crazy shit going on. You have to show your face. Like they want to see you.
I'm not showing my face.
If you want to talk, you gotta show.
And this is the mentality of some of these dudes, right? This is the mentality of telling guys that they gotta move on and do this and do that, and they get themselves into situations. This rotation bullshit, just your turn, it's an excuse for guys to just do whatever they want. This is the reason why a lot of guys like myself don't want to be a part of this system in general. Because I don't want myself being attached to whatever this dude is, whoever she slept with 2014, or this guy right here and this other dude. If I'm going to be in relationships and multiple women and all this other stuff, it's going to be somewhere else. Because it's not going to be messy. And then it's going to be a limit to that. I'm not going to be out here for a long period of time. It's going to be gain enough experience again so I can know who I'm dealing with, who I'm not dealing with, and the certain quirks. And I get myself back into the mood. Just like if I go back to the gym after not being in the gym for like... It's been almost 2 years now because of this pandemic crap. And I don't like working out with a mask on. So I would have to literally pace myself and relearn some of the stuff that I did before and have to make my body relearn every single weight. I can't lift the same way I lift before I left the gym. So my body had to relearn. It's the same thing with dealing with people and dealing with all this other stuff. You have to relearn it, and then you get it super fast. And then your body and your mind get used to it.
Nah, you disrespecting me online, I'm gonna talk online.
Alright, let me just say this. Let me speak my mind because she gonna blow me up right now.
No, I'm not. I'm waiting for you to speak.
Last year, I was fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? We was talking for some months. She came to Orlando. Some stuff happened. Cool. Fun. I'm not gonna lie. I did some fuck shit. I did some fuck shit. I did do some fuck shit. I did some real nigga shit. I ain't gonna say what it is because I don't want to embarrass you.
See, and this is why I laugh at this whole go outside and do like this, because clowns like him seem to get all the chicks because of his fake ass personality. And when that shit goes out, when that shit shattered into pieces, the girl that you try to pursue got played by a dude like this. Then you start to look at her like, oh, you let this dude play you like this? What's your mindset? Oh, I wasn't in the same kind of mindset I'm in now. Oh no, I'm good. You can continue to make the mistakes, not at my expense, and then you bounce.
But I did some fuck shit though. And it wasn't because I wasn't fucking with you. It was because I was just in a bad time of my life. And I apologize for that. Did I not?
You came back and you apologized a million times until I responded to your ass.
I did. I'm not afraid to admit that. I did. I apologized a million times because I really fucked with your energy. I really fucked with your vibe. It was cool. Alright? So then we started talking again. You know what I'm saying? Chopping it up, talking again. I'm telling her come to New York. She don't want to come to New York. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm finna go to Vegas. I was going to Vegas anyway. I went to Vegas. She pulled up.
You kept telling me come to Vegas. I kept saying I don't know.
Yo, you know what's so funny right now?
Let's correct it though.
Hold on, actually, because you trying to cap on me?
No, but you've been capping on me this whole life. So let's not start.
Alright, you.
Don't act like you weren't the one trying to pursue me. You said I'm gonna go to Vegas. I want to show you different.
I'm being very respectful right now.
You let your friend disrespect me when it was lies.
And this is the truth about these guys telling you to go outside, and this is the truth about them telling you to, you could change and do this. Majority of these dudes are wasting. I'm talking about 90-hour work weeks on trying to pursue women. This is what these dudes are wasting. This is what these dudes are doing. This dude wasted a long time just texting back and forth, begging a girl to give him a chance so he can wasting all this money and just to go get with this chick. And then he goes and do all this crazy stuff. Mind you, she was still with the dude Josh. The dude Josh was trying to pursue her too. But she took the other deal. This is why it's not a good idea to try to pursue women in this kind of state, because they think they're men and they think that they have all these chances. See, the difference between a man and a woman in this general society is the man has to waste time with all the women that he's pursuing. A woman could just sit there with her legs open and then push a button and say, I choose him because of this, and then go sleep with the guy. And then while there's 9 other 10 other guys trying to pursue her, the stupid dude who's out here talking about he got rotations, he still got to waste a whole bunch of hours. The guys who say, I only spend 10% of my time with women, you're still wasting a long time with women, talking to them before you smash them for an hour or 15 minutes. That doesn't compute to that. Now, if you have a whole bunch of women, like at least 5 women, and you smash each of them for 15 minutes, then you got your hours back for dealing with these women, because you dealt with multiple women. But you're still in the negative of dealing with these women because you put more hours into talking and pursuing than you do in having sex.
Ashley, I'm being respectful right now. But if you want me to turn up, I'm in full turn mode.
Okay, can I say one? I'm gonna say something very calmly though.
Before you speak, so when you speak, I won't say shit. All right. If you want me to turn the fuck up, tell the truth.
I don't want nothing to be turned up, but can you understand why I'm upset? What? You had your friend disrespect me and didn't say nothing about it. You allowed it.
Ashley, if you want me to turn up right now, I swear to God, I'm gonna
What is wrong with you?
Because I'm trying to be respectful and you not letting me speak. Let me speak.
Can I say one sentence so you can understand?
Go ahead.
You let your friend disrespect me. When it was most of it was lies, you let him do that in front of 20,000 people. You already turned up on me.
Ashley.
You know how fucked up that is?
So, and this is what I try to tell these idiot behind dudes, but the whole blame, shame, and displaying. You can actually change it if you actually turn the tides on them, right? So the fact is that you could actually win. You could actually so-called win against these women and their same kind of power the same kind of tool they use, which is public opinion. There was a peace star called Little D, and it was Julia Kay who stopped this money. Now the women took Little D's side, and they disassociated themselves with the girl Julia Kay because what she did to him. See, public opinion does matter, but it only works for certain type of guys. Remember, there was a chick that was on one of the views that lied on a brain surgeon, and then eventually the girl talked herself. Eventually, the chick talked herself into the fact that everybody saw what she did, how she was a liar, and how Amanda Seals. I think that's what her name, Amanda Seals or something like that, right? She went and lied on a dude, and then she kept opening her mouth, saying stupid stuff, saying dumb stuff, and then eventually people started looking at her like, wait. I can't believe I believed her. This is why I say you gotta you gotta actually talk to people and see whose side they're on, and make sure that you're not. Make sure that if an opinion goes out about you, and this chick feels that type of way, guess what? She's gonna turn on you in an instant.
Anything that nigga said was not a lie. A lot of it was a lie. That nigga said was not a lie.
A lot of it was a lie.
Right now, I'm not in a lying mood. I'm not.
You ain't.
Oh yeah, man. That James Bond movie, the end of the James Bond. I mean that thing was okay. I gotta watch all of it to get the gist of the ending, but it was kind of nice that James Bond has a kid. James Bond ended up having a kid that has nothing to do with the spy world, and he actually found kind of like love or whatever, man. Because that was kind of an ending for that, man. How's it that you niggas talk about pumping dumping, but James Bond ended up finding a girl, and he had all types of women that he fell in love with, and he could stay married, he could stay with a woman, but his lifestyle gets everybody he loves in danger.
You going through it right now, Fredo, and I'm gonna give you that.
I want to see my daughter. Point blank. Period.
Okay, but you don't tear down others for wanting to see your daughter.
I didn't say shit. I didn't.
But you are allowing other people to tear down other people. That's not a good person.
You're right. You're right.
That's not being a good person. There's been so many things that I've wanted. There's been so many things that's happened with you, but I've never let anyone else come out about it, or alone myself, because I have more respect for you at the end of the day, even though you fucking hurt me.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I would never go out to the fucking public in front of 20,000 people and let people talk shit on you, even though you fucking hurt me.
Yeah. I am man enough to admit right now. I am man enough to admit I was wrong. 100%. By allowing him to do that was very childish, and that's not very manlike. I'm not.
Oh, I get it. You're hurting right now because you want to see your daughter, but that's not an excuse.
Okay, I'm not gonna apologize right now though, because it wouldn't be sincere. I'm not gonna apologize. But what I am gonna say is.
And this is what happens when you deal with feminine ass men. And this is what happens when you pursue women too much and you talk to them way too much. You start to be like them, like Pablo Frescobar, when he said to MOT that you're lonely, you're mad, you don't have a girl yourself. All that relationship talk and all that back and forth with women, you start to take the tactics on of these people. I even admit the fact that when I used to hang around a whole bunch of hood dudes in the street, it wasn't me doing all the dirt. But when you hang around these type of dudes, you start to act like them, and the shit starts seeping into you without you noticing. And what these dudes don't understand, they spend so much time around women and pursuing women and trying to worship women and give women what they want. They start to pretend, they start to be just like women. They start not having respect for men, and they start to have traits of women. Not just going back and forth with a woman. The fact is that when they go through something, they go put it out on everybody else. And the women that pick these dudes, they become the backlash of that, and then they start going around trying to hurt men because of what these feminine men do. This is why I say body count matters. And this is why I say You can't do. You have to look at the men who women were with, who had a fun time with, so you know what this dude did, and if this chick is gonna try to do something to you to get back at him, but she can't get back at him, so she gonna get back at you because you're a man.
It wasn't right. But what I'm not gonna say though, and what I'm not gonna sit here and cap on and say that all that he said was lies, because it wasn't lies.
Most of it was lies, though, Fredo.
Ashley,
Fredo, you are lying on my name right now when I've had nothing but respect for you.
I'm being respectful. Everything that nigga said was not a lie, and that's on my.
A lot of it was a lie.
You tell the story. You tell it.
You kept asking me to go to Vegas to see you because you wanted to make things right with me. No, it's not. You literally told me I want to make it right with you and I want to prove to you. I get it. You talking to another.
I wanted to make things right, but don't cap on me now.
How am I capping on you, Fredo?
Don't cap. Actually, don't fucking cap.
I get it. You have Alexis Hogan. You was talking to her while you was talking to me, and I didn't know that. So that's why you trying to front with the lies?
Where my VLOs for that?
I have it, because I thought I was going to see you the next day. The fuck?
Ashley, don't fucking cap. Don't say that.
I literally just said I have it.
Got my VLOs shirt.
Yes, I do, because I thought I was going to see you the next day, but you went to California. You went to California. What the fuck you talking about?
Ashley, don't cap.
I just said I fucking have it. Why are you being dramatic?
Don't cap. Just don't cap on my name.
You're just capping, but you capping on my name making me look bad. You know how many times I could have come out?
Alright, tell me
about you, but I don't.
Tell the story about Vegas. Tell it.
I've been Bro, you on one. You on one, Fredo. I can't even talk to you. You disrespectful. I wouldn't. No. You are disrespectful. You are a liar, and you are a manipulator. I would never come out and say nothing bad on you, but literally the way that you are talking about me is fucking pathetic.
I didn't say anything.
Clearly you was talking shit to your friends about me when you're the one that kept asking me to come to Vegas.
You still was gonna say, oh my God.
What?
I didn't even talk.
But you allowed him to say that, which was not all true.
I didn't even say anything.
Which was not all true. Go ahead and speak then. But I do want to say not all of that was true. Go ahead.
Bro, please put this in the chat. I didn't even say anything. I didn't even say nothing. I didn't say
I'm saying not all of it was true, and you're trying to say that it was. So now you can go ahead and talk. Let's go. Talk. Go ahead and talk.
Actually, the whole entire time he talked, I did not say anything.
But you allowed him to say that, but it's not all true.
Nigga, let me. Oh my fucking God.
No, you're not gonna keep acting like it's true when it's not.
I told you that it was not right for me to allow him to just talk. But I did not say anything. Actually, everything that he said was not a lie. Point blank, period.
Most of it was a lie.
To Vegas. Were you?
Because who asked me?
Story about Vegas. Tell the story about Vegas.
Who asked me to come to Vegas?
I did.
Okay. Because why did you ask me to come to Vegas? Why did you?
I told you to come to Vegas. What the fuck?
Because why?
Because I wanted to see you. I wanted to make things right. Because the last, matter of fact, if you say I'm Cap, I'm gonna tell the story then.
I'm asking you to tell the story.
Actually, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but now I'm gonna say it.
I'm not even coming for it. I don't want drama, but all I'm asking is that you do not disrespect me because I've never come out and disrespected you.
Alright, I ain't gonna say it. Matter of fact,
I've never disrespected you online.
Not too much. I can't even be honest with these niggas. I can't even be honest.
I would be honest about you, but I'm not with the internet drama.
I'm mad that you know that everything that nigga said was not cap. It was all true.
It was not all true, Fredo.
Worry about Vegas. They want to hear it.
What about Vegas? Okay, let's start.
Tell the story.
Since that incident with Orlando, Fredo, I did not. I cut you off completely. I blocked you on every single thing except for Instagram.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Months later, what, 6, 7 months later, you hit me up apologizing.
I did.
Apology after apology, and I kept leaving you on scene.
You did.
Correct. Okay. Until I wanted to, and that's when we started talking on the phone again.
Correct.
You apologized to me on FaceTime.
See, and like I said before, body count matters. Because if you sit here and beg women to be in your life, you know, these guys will try for months, and even years to be in a girl's life. And eventually she would be like, okay, I'm so sorry, but I got a boyfriend. And you're like, I don't, you know, I'll give you any gist of what it sounds like, right? So you decide to get with this type of girl right here, right? She 7 months later, she tried to get she never fully got over this guy. So you're like, man, I'm so happy I got this girl. This dude pursue her in the inbox. I'm so sorry. I miss touching your body. I miss giving you I miss giving you some you know, playing with your button. I'm trying to be PC about it. I missed all this blah blah blah. I want to be with you right now, man. You don't have to worry about your boyfriend not gonna know. Come on, man. Please give me a chance to hit it one more time so we can rememberize it, man. Your boyfriend hitting like I am, and oh, I'll tell the truth. You hit it better than he do. But I like this guy. Oh no. I'm not trying to get involved with that. I ain't trying to do that. I'm just trying to make up for what I did to you, baby. Blah 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 blah. Oh, I don't think so. 2 months later, she can't hold on. He sent her a penis pic. Oh shit. Oh damn. I'm hard for you. Blah blah blah. Yo, you really want this right here? Blah blah blah. Yeah, let's go. Come on, please give me another chance. I'm thinking about you. Blah 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 blah. Next minute, you know, she having sex with this guy that played her 7 months ago, but he been pursuing her for 4 months. So now your girlfriend is not giving you anything, but she giving this dude all types of sex. Then next minute, you know, you chilling, and this cornball whackball gets it drama with your girl, or says something online about him sleeping with your girl. You find out through the crazy guy that, hey, he slept with your girlfriend. Or somebody who respects you would say, yo, your girl was cheating on you with Buddy. And now you find that out through somebody and not through her. Now you got to deal with the fact that your chick cheated on you. This is why I said body count matters. Who they associate with matters. Because you don't want to be caught up in drama and her bullshit and this kind of crap going on in your life.
Wanted to go to, and I said, yeah, what was it, Vegas? Yes, you remember. He said, okay, well, I'm gonna be out there anyway for my friend's birthday. Pull up. And I was hesitant, correct?
Look how it went now. You told me. I'm just saying. What did I say I went out there for? For my friend's birthday. And I said you should pull up, right?
But that was not the only reason that you told me that you was going out there.
So what's the only reason?
You kept telling me, okay, well, I want to prove to you, and I want to make it right.
I wanted to make things right because the last time I seen you in Orlando, I did some dirty shit, and I wanted to make up for it.
But you was also acting like you fucked with me on a deeper level than that.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna sit here and cap to the line.
Okay.
I'm not the lie. Actually, I fuck with you. You're a cool person. You're a genuine person. You're cool as fuck.
I am, and I don't deserve this bullshit.
You're lying about nothing.
I don't deserve this online bullshit.
30,000 people. Yes, I fucked with Ashley. Yes, she's a genuine person. She's cool as fuck. Yeah. First time she came to Orlando, I did some fuck shit. I wanted to make up for it, so I told her to pull up in Vegas. Am I not correct?
Correct, but you made it seem like it was on a deeper level.
And this is why I said before that you shouldn't beg anybody in society to be your friend and be around you. See, a lot of women will give a piece of shit like this a chance multiple times. Because they give a lot of guys passes. I finally start looking at society when I was at the other end of it later on in my life, not when I was younger. But They will give a pass to all these people they want to give passes to. But when somebody makes one mistake and this person is clean and he makes an honest mistake, they will make you remember that mistake over and over again until you beg on your hands and knees. This is why I don't get too about what society says. At all. The general overall society, I don't give two about them, because the fact is they will love to forgive the wrong guys. They love to do that. This girl forgave a dude who did some F stuff, and all he had to do was beg her to be in her life again. She did it again, he did it again, and guess what? She got burnt 2 times. Now she's gonna get mad at every other guy because that's her. Women give certain guys the wrong give the wrong guys the right chances, and they never give the right guys another chance.
Where would the light come in at? Because I'm trying to hear this shit.
The way he was talking about me, Fredo, that's not correct.
Vegas, what happened? What happened when we got to Vegas?
What happened? I got your Airbnb for you because you lost your credit cards.
Right.
Okay. Yes, weeks later, you finally did after I asked you 1,000,000 times.
Wallet, you know this. 100%.
Okay, but I asked you 1,000,000 times.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, so we met up at your Airbnb when you finally got there. What do? We chilled there for a little bit, had some drinks. You what? You don't really drink. You was smoking. Later that night, you smoked, I think.
Bitch.
What? Don't call me a bitch.
I don't smoke.
Okay, you don't smoke. Anyways, we was drinking. What did we do after that? We just hung out, went out. What was after that? We went out to that one store that we can't speak of. See now I gotta censor myself. I don't fucking know.
Go ahead, speak on it. Talk on it.
Anyway, so we went to the weed shop. I don't really smoke, but other people did in the group. So we went there, went around, got some. What was the other? You said what?
Mikey, he smokes, he does edibles.
Okay, cool.
Go on.
So we did that, we got back, we drank some more, and then he had the edibles, which he was really fucked up.
And whose edibles? That was Mikey's, right? That nigga was eating them shits.
I don't know. Your videographer?
Yeah.
Yes, so he was really gone for the whole night. We made sure he had a lot of shots because you said he never turned up before.
And he turned up.
Correct. And he turned up, and he was actually drunk, and he was actually sick.
He was tired.
Yes. Okay. And then after that, we went to the hookah lounge, right?
This is why I don't drink and I don't smoke. Because when you drink and you smoke and you be around the wrong motherfuckers like these people, then you end up being in situations that you're not supposed to be in. And when they do some stupid shit, you end up being a part of their dumb shit. So they have stories, oh, you never turned up and blah blah blah. It's like nah. I'm good. I keep my P's and Q's, cause I'm not gonna let you take advantage. I'm not gonna let you bring me into any of that dumb shit. I'm gonna be 100% cognizant. So you don't say anything dumb or have any dumb scenarios. And if somebody try to bring me into some kind of drama and story, I can clearly remember the story if I go right back, or I have certain pictures and stuff. I have good memory like that.
Okay. We went to the hookah lounge. What are you smiling about?
I'm reading the comments. They funny.
They're not funny. They're just all emojis. Anyway, so we got the hookah lounge and we just chilling, right? We talking, we vibing a little bit. It's some good music. Your friend is actually sick. He was not fake sick.
Actually, I tell you he was fake sick.
He was not fake sick. His ass was fucked up.
screenshot from my date telling him to play sick for me. If you want me to be honest.
Then how you? Okay, then why are you gonna act like play sick when you asked me to come to Vegas and you acting like you actually fuck with me?
Got too fucked up. I was way too drunk. I wanted to go home. Y'all was not on that shit.
I would, if you would have talked to me like a man, Fredo, I would have understood.
It wasn't that. I was too drunk. I had no mental space to be like, yo, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You were very clingy. You were all up on me, and it was cool. Like, it was cool. But
I was just trying to vibe with you and get that real life experience that you said that you wanted before anyway.
Extremely clingy. There was no way I'm just gonna tell you, hey, I want to get away. There is no way, bro. There's no way. What happened when we got back to the crib and I was drunk as fuck on the couch? I was drunk as fuck on the couch.
Because of what I said at the hookah lounge. Because we're meeting up. We haven't really hung out before that much. And remember before you said you want that real life thing.
On the couch. What happened actually?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. At the hookah lounge, I said, hey, I just want to like hang out with you, vibe, and just like cuddle and shit like that. Because I said that at the hookah lounge, and you said, you sure? You sure? And I said yes. By the way, y'all, I was on my period.
You were on? That's a fucking lie.
I was on my. We did not. Fredo, you can ask Deja. You can ask her friend. Fredo, do not lie on my name. Did other stuff happen besides sex?
Look at this, man. And you would have asked me why I think some of these women are fucking off the hinge. You give sex to clowns like this who can't even keep his mouth shut and pretends like this just because he can't see his kid. I mean, I understand the whole situation, but the fact is, this dude is kind of like, he was better off in a relationship than out there. This is why I say a lot of these people, man, there's people out here that should be in relationships. And there's a lot of people out here that should be in marriages because they really don't belong in the market because they're fucking it up, they're oversaturated, and they're fucking up a lot of people's mentality. I understand where I belong. I don't belong in the field. I don't belong doing all that. I belong within a relationship. Only thing is, I can't trust none of these motherfuckers. I'm prone to vet and do every single time. I'm vetting every single day. I got whole things mapped out, days and mapped out and stuff like that. If it doesn't work out, I change the plan. But the fact is, not in this place. Not in this place. You can't be single in this place. There's too much shit going on.
Yes, but I did not have sex with you in Vegas because I was on my period. Fredo, I cannot respect you right now.
Because you fucking lying.
I'm not lying. You are lying on my name right now, and I cannot respect that.
Sorry, because I'm about to tell it now.
Listen to me one more time. We did not fuck because I was on my period. But did other stuff happen? But did other stuff happen? Listen. We were laying.
Period. Oh my fucking god.
Fredo, I can't do it. This is so childish.
Childish because you're fucking lying.
I'm not lying. Fredo, stop.
No.
Stop lying on my. It's not cap. And I don't appreciate you lying on my name in front of 30,000 people.
Yo.
You can ask Deja if I was on my period. I was on my period. I told you before Vegas, I'm going to be on my period. I lost all respect for you, bro. I really can't.
You're lying.
Then what? You're saying we fucked because we didn't?
What? Actually. My turn. Here's the truth, because I don't give a fuck.
I told the truth.
You're a fucking liar. Here we go. We're at the hookah lounge. We're in Vegas. I don't know where we're at. I don't know what we're doing. I'm looking on the dance floor. Niggas is doing some weird shit. I'm like, bro, my nigga, it's time to go. It's time to go. He's been being clingy as fuck. I'm drunk as fuck. I want to go home and go to sleep. That is it. Point blank, period. I told this Mikey, I swear to God, I can pull up the text right now. I swear to God, I can pull it up right now. Do you want me to pull it up?
That ain't me. That's the video.
Mikey, I swear to God, I can pull up the text right now. I swear to God, I can pull it up right now. Do you want me to pull it up? Everybody staying alive, because I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to
I'm back.
Fredo, why are you have so much?
There's no anger.
So why do you have it out against me? I've never come out for you.
But I hate when people lie on my fucking name.
You're saying I'm.
Now I'm finna show these receipts. Hold on. How the fuck? God damn. Hold on. Let me clear this shit. Nigga know I ain't.
You say I'm lying because I said I was on my period, which is true.
I'm trying to. Damn, I can't.
Then what? Let me ask you. You're calling me a liar. What did I lie about?
That ain't me. That's the video. It got bad quality, bad sound. Not me. So don't blame it on me, man.
Oh.
I'm back.
What did I lie about?
R is so. I'm. Fix this screenshot so y'all can see. I'm gonna fix this.
Okay, what did I lie about? Because I'm not lying. Can you hear me?
August 2nd, 3:51 a.m. Please come tell me you're sick. Please, I want to leave. That is my exact text. That is my right here to Mikey. That's my exact.
Okay, cool. If that's your text, that's your text.
I don't give a fuck. I don't have no reason to cap. Y'all can call that nigga right now. That's the text right there. It says, please come tell me you're sick. Please, I want to leave.
Okay, cool. You wanted to leave.
Fuck, I don't care about leaving.
But you could have been a man and told me that you wanted to leave.
I'm just trying to tell you I'm not capping. I told you.
Who said you was capping about that?
It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave. You were being super clingy.
I was not being clingy.
We tried to leave to the hotel. This nigga is playing sick in the car. Your friend literally grabs this nigga, pulls this nigga out of the fucking car. Y'all get in the car. We go to the hotel. I'm into the Airbnb. Go in the Airbnb.
Your friend fell asleep on my friend's friend in the car.
Hold on. We go in the
Remember that.
We go in the Airbnb. I'm on the fucking couch. I'm sick as fuck. I want to go to sleep. It's 3:51.
It was late.
You go take a shower. Am I not correct?
Yes.
And I am on the couch. I'm literally half fucking dead. You come out. What do?
Okay. That's what happened. So if you remember at the hookah lounge, I said, okay, look, I just want to chill and vibe with you. Listen, because those are part of my story. You're not about to make me seem like some bitch. I'm not.
What you go do?
You're not about to. I'm gonna tell it again, because you're not about to be seem like some bitch that I'm not.
I thought on the couch. What did you go do?
I will tell you after I say this one more time because you're not understanding. Remember at the hookah lounge. Stop doing that. You are very disrespectful.
Someone said, let's get negative. Holy shit. Go ahead.
At the hookah lounge, first of all, I was not being clingy, but I wanted to get to know you more because you made it seem like you actually fucked with me. You made it seem like you actually fucked with me and you wanted something more. Anyways, so at the hookah lounge, I said, okay, because when we get back, I just want to cuddle and vibe with you.
They had so bad. Ashley, hey, guess what?
No, stop talking to me like that, bro. I've never been disrespectful to you. Ever. So at the hookah lounge, I said, okay, cool. Like when we get back, I just want to like lay down with you and cuddle because I'm on my period. Okay? I said, it's not a lie, Fredo. Anyways, we get back. I want to take a shower.
On the truth, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my story.
I swear to God, Fredo, if you're gonna lie on my name, I'm just gonna hang up because you are being so disrespectful. Stop doing that.
I'm on the couch. I'm literally like almost.
Yes, I'm getting to that part of the story. So after, because we said I wanted to lay down with you, cuddle with you once we get back. That's why I took a shower Can you stop, bro? We get it. You're entertaining 13-year-olds, but we are grown. We are grown. You got a little.
Go ahead.
No, you're not gonna say I'm lying when I'm not, because now I'm getting pissed. You are not acting like a grown man. I take the shower at your place because of what I told you at the hookah lounge. Yes, you was wide awake before I even got in the shower. Before I got in the shower, because we all just got there.
Actually, okay.
Yes. By the time I got out the shower, you was passed the fuck out. On the couch. Okay? When I got out there, I grabbed your hand and I said, okay, let's go to the room. Because I just wanted to lay down with you and cuddle. We laid down. I'm laying on your chest. What do you do? You move my hand to your dick.
No cap.
Okay.
You did do that. No cap on that.
You did move my hand to your dick. I wasn't going to do anything. Yes.
Yeah.
I was not going to do nothing sexual.
Clear. We already fucked before.
Yes, we did. We did.
Let's make that clear.
I wasn't initially. I did not want to go to your room to fuck or do anything sexual. I just wanted to lay down with you. What?
Actually, hold on. I gotta think about this.
Who does that? So you'd lay down with a friend, and I bet you she was talking to somebody during that time, and she probably didn't let him do anything, not even a kiss, not even hold hands, but she laid on a dude naked when she got out the shower. That's why I said, man, I'm gonna keep saying it. Body counts matter. Don't matter if they jerked the guy off and did anything. I am not gonna spend a whole bunch of time and don't get anything out of it. And this is why a lot of guys see, if a female try to tell you that the guys who what they say, a guy who actually get a lot of sex and been on the field for a long time, he don't pressure you for sex, because the fact is he knows to waste his time. He has more time than a guy who can't spend that time. So you have to make that time worth it. So if I spend time with somebody, I have to, for it to be worth it, I have to get something. I'm not going to be giving you my time just for you to give it to somebody else or something. No. I put in the time and I'm going to get something out of it. Because talking to you, if we use that kind of logic by, oh yeah, just talking to me is enough. Okay, then it means that I don't have to, a person doesn't have to pay for dates. The date shouldn't matter as long as we're talking to each other, right? And if you use that, they'll call you broke and cheap and all this other stuff.
Because I am smelling a bit of cat. I'm smelling a bit of cat. Because actually there was at some point, I don't know if it was before you sucked something or it was after.
Yes.
But you were completely fucking naked in the bed. I don't know any bitch that's on a period that will be fucking naked out of nowhere. Nigga, I'm on the bed. I don't know if this was after I nutted or this was before. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure before. You was naked. You was naked already when you put your hand on my dick. You was already naked.
You moved my hand to your dick.
Butt ass fucking naked.
Okay,
Were you or were you not butt ass naked?
I had shorts on because my shirt was off because it got wet from the shower. I didn't have a shirt on.
I put that on my daughter's life.
I didn't have a shirt on, Fredo, because it got wet from the shower.
You're a liar. You're a butt ass naked. That is a lie.
Fredo.
Butt ass naked. Titties out, ass out, everything.
Fredo.
You're butt ass naked.
My ass was not out.
Ass naked. I put your hand on my
My ass was not out. I had the same shorts on.
Fuck you was doing? Cool. I was enjoying it, but I didn't want to fuck.
I didn't want to fuck either. I was on my period.
I didn't want to fuck.
I was on my period, Fredo.
I I caught my nut and I left. I went to.
No, you didn't. You nutted in my mouth. Do not cap. We get it. You was talking to that other girl while you was talking to me, but you were not honest about that with me.
Sucked my dick, and then I nutted in your fucking mouth.
Yes.
My friend's room, and I
You did. You was being an asshole when you could have been upfront with me.
To go to sleep, my nigga. I'm not trying to fuck this bitch.
I was not trying to fuck you, so do not make me seem like that, Alfredo.
You were butt ass. How you?
I had. Do you remember the light pink shorts that I had on all night?
How that make sense?
No, do you listen? Okay, listen. Can you stop? Can you stop for a second?
What female?
And this is why I don't want to get too deep, because I don't know, you know, this is about the main channel. This is why I say the male sexual suppression is real. Because a lot of women will give guys like him head and blowjobs and stuff, but then a guy who put in 100 hours with her that she's trying to move slow won't even give him shit. And you got these idiots out here who think that men's time should be wasted, next to the fact that they have to work jobs and do entertainment and go to the gym and do all this crazy shit. And you got situations like this. Mind you, this is just last year.
Stop for a second and hear me out, and then maybe your memory will get fucking fresh.
All I remember was you.
After the shower.
I remember is you giving me some really good fucking head. You went crazy.
Okay, cool. But you put my hand on your dick.
You a butt ass naked.
I didn't have a top on. Listen, Fredo.
Apologize. My dick got hard because a bitch was butt ass naked in my bed.
Fredo.
Grown ass man, and I got a fucking boner because this bitch was butt ass fucking naked out of nowhere.
Fredo, I was not. Stop.
Hard when I see women butt ass naked in my bed.
Stop lying on my name, Fredo.
I'm not lying.
Okay, so please, can I say this one sentence?
Say right now you was not butt ass naked in the fucking bed.
I had no shirt on because my shirt got wet from the shower. Being on the floor. Okay. You gotta stop doing that, bro.
Ashley, what is I already admitted to my.
Why would I lie? I'm literally saying I had no shirt on.
I fucked with you the long way. Yes, I wanted you to come out to Vegas because I wanted to make things right with you.
And did you or did you not put my hand on your dick to initiate sexual activity?
That night, I was way too drunk.
I didn't want to have sex or do nothing sexual. I just wanted to.
I'm on the couch, nigga. I'm laid out like this. I'm laid out on the couch. You came and you pulled me off the couch.
So we can lay down, Fredo, because I said at the lounge.
Did you or did you not pull me off the fucking couch?
Yes, and then once you got to the bed, I said yes to get you up to go to bed. But that's not to fuck you, bro. That is not to fuck you. At the hookah, no, stop. At the hookah lounge, I said I wanted to stop talking. At the hookah lounge, I said I want to lay down and cuddle with you, okay? By the time I came out the shower, you was laid out, I don't know, drunk or whatever.
I told you I was drunk. You literally see me on the couch drunk.
Yes, I did. But I'm not gonna let you just lay there.
You gave me the super soaker.
Okay, listen, can you stop? Be mature about the situation, Fredo. Yes, I did pull you up from the couch, but why would I leave your ass there when you're all fucked up? I was fucked up too.
The niggas around me, I'm good.
I was fucked up too, but I thought we was gonna lay down like how we said at the hookah lounge.
So you think a drunk ass nigga is
I was drunk too.
My nigga at 4 o'clock in the morning? I'm finna get this dick sucked and I'm finna go to sleep.
I was drunk. Fredo, have some respect for me because you wanted me out there.
And then I wanted to go to sleep.
Okay. The way.
Actually, I never once said that I didn't fuck with you. I never once tapped about me hitting you up constantly because I really fucked.
This is what happens when they give vagina to the wrong dudes. All this drama and shit, man. Like, this dude is pretty much kind of like, he's a real time weirdo, and you know, his videos show it. This is why his YouTube channel and everything else declined, because of the shit that he been doing for the past 2 years.
Clearly you don't, Fredo, because you are disrespecting me so much.
But you started lying.
No, Fredo, you came online disrespecting me. No, can I say this one thing though?
I'm on the live already.
After the first time you hurt me,
I'm on demon time. You already knew this.
I don't care. You hurt me, I could've gone on demon time. When you hurt me into the fucking dirty, I could've gone on demon time. But I have respect for you still after you fucked me over. I still have respect for your ass.
Bro. You know,
I still have respect for your ass. I never came to the internet. I know the drama on the internet is not okay.
I didn't even want my dick sucked.
I didn't want to suck your dick. You put my hand there.
Look at the screenshot.
You put my hand there.
Please come tell her.
Okay, I didn't want to
August 2nd, I said I wanted to leave. I went on the couch. You literally pulled me off the couch to come suck my dick.
I didn't want to suck your. Stop talking on my name like that. Did you or did you not put my hand there, Fredo?
No, Ashley, so you're saying...
No, answer my question really quick.
No, you're saying that I forced my dick in your mouth? Is that what you're saying?
No, I did not say that. Listen carefully because you're not listening. Did you or did you not place my hand on?
Yes, I got my...
I had no shirt on because my top was wet.
You came in the bed, butt ass fucking naked.
No, I had shorts on.
Touch my shit.
Then you must have been so fucked up that you don't remember me having shorts on.
That's a lie.
Then how come you tell me a lie that I was butt ass naked when I had shorts on? Those pink colored shorts that I had on all night, I had those on. Did I have a shirt on? No, I didn't. I did not have a shirt on because it was wet from the shower.
How the fuck?
Okay, after I got in the shower, I pulled you from the couch because we're both fucked up. I took your shoes off like a good ass friend. I took your shoes off like a good ass friend so you can get comfortable, not be uncomfortable on the couch.
For real. Because, matter of fact, after I bust my nut, right, I went to my nigga's room. I'm in the bed, my nigga. I had to get away from this girl. I went to my nigga's
bed. Then why don't you be honest? Why are you acting like you fuck with me and you like me? I was being honest.
You want me to have a clear mind?
So, and the funny thing that none of the women get called out for messing with guys like this. So he goes and said, "I bust my nut, and I don't want to be around this girl." But dude, you begged her to be with her and hang out with her and everything else. Hey, this drama, this the shit that they enjoy. They like drama-filled dudes. Shout out to MOT too. They like guys that do shit like this, and they like guys to do shit like this and tap dance, do all this crazy shit because that's their favorite thing. That's the favorite kind of dudes to be with. They don't like being with guys who don't have what's it called? Because if she was wanted to be with a good dude, she would have settled down with the dude Josh. Dude Josh, he liked her. That dude Josh, the big tall dude, liked her. He would have never been online doing all this, man. And at least his relationship with his girl, well, I think before he got another girl, it lasted for like 2 years or so. Better than her, she's single and being bounced around.
If you can be honest with your friends and be honest with me, that's childish as fuck. I would have never no listen.
I couldn't go to sleep. What do you want me to do? I will get on my dick. How the fuck am I supposed to go?
I never listen. Stop disrespecting me.
I'm supposed to go to sleep on my dick. I ain't gonna lie, you went crazy.
Stop. Do not act like I initiated sexual activity with you when you put my hand there.
Butt naked in my bed.
I was not butt naked for a million times.
That is initiating sex. You were butt fucking naked.
I was not. I had no shirt on. Let me find a cap and start doing this child shit to you. The fuck? Don't start that shit with me. No, you know you're childish. You're entertaining 13-year-olds right now. We are grown. How old are you? 27, 28?
Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna say this, Ashley.
I lost all respect for you, bro. I've never brought anything to the internet.
I lost respect for you when I was drunk as fuck on the bed, and basically, I don't want to say this because I don't want to make it seem.
Do not even know. You put my hand there.
But you forced me to do something.
No, I didn't.
didn't want to do that.
I did not want to suck your dick.
And so it's okay. It's okay. So, but anyways, I was on the bed. I was laid back, and what did you do? You grabbed me off. You pulled me. I can put my niggas in the live that was here. And
yes, I did. To get you comfortable. To get you comfortable in bed, and I took off your shoes.
You went butt naked in the fucking bed.
No, Fredo. This is defamation of character right now, and I'm warning you. It is 42,000 people in here.
You're warning me because
this is defamation. I keep telling the fucking truth. This is defamation of character.
That's a fucking lie, actually. You know that.
I've been telling you. Keep repeating the same thing when I said yes. I pulled you off the couch.
And this chick has she had a friend that she was with, a black girl, and the black girl put it out there that this girl likes to use the law and she has an ego trip. This is why a lot of people don't hang around her. There was people that used to live in her house and they even said that she got some kind of problem. And you see kind of what she said when she tried to use the law and said defamation of character. So, like I said before, they like using their power over you, man. So these guys who think that they can get the cheeks and all this other stuff think that the law not gonna get the women not gonna use the law on them. Yeah, they gonna use the law on you if they want to.
Because we agreed that we was just gonna lay down. That's not cap. I brought you to the bed so you can get comfortable because not only were you drunk, but I was drunk too. I flew all the way to Vegas because you made it seem like you wanted to be with me and make things right.
I still like you a lot.
No, and I don't know, Fredo. I can't. I wanted to fuck with you, but after bringing this shit to the internet,
still want to fuck with you.
Anyways, I took your shoes off like a good friend would to make you comfortable.
Different. I still want to fuck with you. I still fuck with you.
No, Fred, I can't after this no more. I just want to be honest with you right now. Okay, I'm not, but let's just be honest. Stop, Fredo. Are you drunk right now? Seriously. Because this ain't wrong.
It's fuck, my nigga. I already said that.
Then why are you being childish?
Because you're lying.
No, but you are lying on my name.
I'm not lying.
You are lying on my name.
Actually, I have to...
Then maybe you were so fucked up like you keep saying you were.
You know what you should have did? You should have left me the fuck alone. If I was on the bed, if I was on the couch and knocked the fuck out, why the fuck did you pull me off that couch?
I was drunk too, and you said you wanted to lay with me too at the hotel.
I wasn't fucking drunk. I wasn't even...
Me too.
Talking.
Me too, Alfredo. I was drunk too, and I didn't want to say you know what? I also didn't want to leave.
Why the fuck did you pull me off the couch?
This is why I have a rule. I don't like being around people who drink. Because when people drink, they start making up shit in their head based off the fact that they were drunk. This is why I don't like it. Because I had stuff, there's certain situations that happen where one story where a dude he get mad at me or whatever, and he wants to fight. He got liquid courage. So I did the real thing. I was giving advice from somebody from back in the day. And he said, don't fight a drunk person, fight them when they sober. But when they drunk, they tell you how they really feel about you. So dude got all crazy, him being drunk, and started trying to fight me. And I'm like, why are you trying to fight me? I thought we was cool, blah, blah, blah. So once he got sober, I told him, I'm like, I ain't know you felt like that, man. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you tried to fight me yesterday. Oh, I was drunk. No. Don't put that drunk shit out there, man. You try to fight me, you try to hit me. So while we do what we need to do right here, right now, so we could get this shit out, and I ain't gonna be around you, man. I said I ain't gonna fight drunk people. That's one of the reasons why I don't like drunk people, man. Cause I ain't like drunk people before. I didn't like the way people did it and anything. But when I had the advice and I reaffirmed it, that drunk shit, the drug shit, I don't like being around it. It's bad enough that I grew up around drug dealers and people walking around and seeing people that I know turning all crazy and dudes taking advantage of certain people when, because they're on drugs and shit. But I'm like, nah. So this is why I don't like being around drunk people. This is why I don't like being around people who high. See, I don't pump it up these hoes and pump it up these hoes and pump it up these hoes. No. This is why when Black Ram, that's what made me not like look at Black Ram no more. When he said that hood rats are loyal and hood rats are loyal and they give you the money and all that, and I'm like, shit, man, I thought he was like straight up. I mean, he's consistent with his shit, but I'm like, nah. I can't listen to him no more. Like, I can't do it no more. Like, I'm still subscribed to him, I think, but I don't really listen to this shit no more. When he said Muslim women are this and that, and he said the hood rats are loyal, and I'm like, okay, he in that mindset too. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, this is why I don't mess with, be around drunk people, man, and people who drink.
Because we agreed at the hookah lounge that we was just gonna lay down. That is not Fredo. Stop it. You know damn well I told you at the hookah lounge, hey, like when we get back, I just want to lay down and cuddle.
I don't cuddle.
Okay, but you said okay.
I never cuddle with you.
That's what you said at the hookah lounge.
Cuddle with you, yes or no?
We was laying down for a bit until you put my hand on your dick.
You cuddle with a drunk nigga? I don't think that's cuddling, my nigga. I don't think that was my choice.
Then maybe you was too drunk to remember what the fuck actually happened. The difference between you being drunk and me being drunk is that I remember everything when I'm drunk.
Cuddle.
Huh?
You came to Orlando. Did you get cuddle?
Nah, you was being on your fuck shit.
No, I don't fucking think I'm gonna cuddle you now.
Then why the fuck was you blowing up my phone? Why didn't you just leave me alone? Why did you not just leave me? No, seriously, answer this question. Answer this question. Why didn't you just leave me the fuck alone after the first time you fucked me over?
I'm gonna say this again. Ashley, I fuck with you.
Nah, bro. You should have left me alone. If that's how you felt about me and you was gonna disrespect me and talk about me like this, you should have left me the fuck alone.
There was somebody else that said something. I didn't say nothing.
You should have left me. I don't care. You allowed it and you was talking shit to your friends. You should have never hit me the fuck up again. Ever. You should have left me alone because I was finally at peace. The fuck? I wanted to get to know you more how you said you wanted to get to know me. The fuck? Bro, anyways, I can see that you are fighting some demons right now, and I wish you nothing but the best, bro. I honestly wish you nothing but the best.
Actually, I'm not fighting shit. Bruh. Alright, man. Y'all seen it. I ain't fucking lie about shit. I ain't lie about nothing. I'm finna get this nigga. Matter of fact, where my niggas at? Get in here, bro. The niggas that was with me in Vegas, they knew what the fuck happened. She capped out. She don't like. Why are you running from the truth? Why you running from the truth? I did not want to fuck her. Everybody in Vegas know that story. I did not want to fuck her, my nigga. Like high key, I just did it. I can't cap if she got the super soaker. She went stupid. She went dumb, nigga. I'm on the couch. I'm drunk as fuck. She pulls me. She literally pulls me off the couch. I never had that happen to me a day in my life. She pulls me off the couch, puts me in the bed, gets butt ass fucking naked. I'm drunk as fuck. Of course my dick is finna get hard. Of course. If they start slurping, she start going crazy. Of course I'm finna let her do what she gotta do.
You can tell how mentally ill this dude really is when he constantly calling her the B word, but then say he has respect for her. And then a lot of chicks think that every single dude is like this guy. This is why I don't like guys like this, or Ramil Amir, or AM1, all these dudes, because they expect these dudes, they expect every guy to be just like these dudes, or the dudes that they mess with. At least I come with a specific type of chick that I want. And when I don't get her, they tell me that I have to settle. But somehow, some way, we got to deal with this kind of shit, man. Women deal with that. So if you have like even a sliver of like shit that this guy used to do, and you might not do it on purpose, she gonna snap on you thinking you just like this dude. That was just me showing you how it is, man. This whole purpose of this video was to show you that they use the same playbook. They're not innovators when it comes down to what they do to men. They all do the same shit. Men, they put us in a box. Well, not they put us in a box. They put us in certain categories, and some men can't do the same thing that some other guys can do. Some guys can't get away with doing the shit that this dude Fredo did. A nerd, a geek, a loser, weirdo. You know how these women all say that, oh, those nice guys are abusive. Then how are they abusive when you went to the cops already? How is it that the hunky guy can abuse you for a decade or 5 years, but the nerdy guy can't do that? I ain't saying it's good on either side, but I'm saying that you let certain guys get away with more than other guys. And it was like, oh, you let women get away. No, that's not true. Because if that was the case, then the reason why a lot of guys let certain other people get away with other things is because they wanted to get that time back that they invested into that so-called good-looking girl. They trying to get, even the ugly girls, they with them for a long time. That's why they just don't walk away. They don't walk away because they put too much in time and investment with somebody, and they want to get it back. But when they're done, they're done. But the point of this video is that they use the same techniques to sit back and use it. They use the same. They use it. My bad, because I'm doing something. Let's see. They use the same playbook. They all have the same mentality. They are unoriginal group of people. And when you're around people like this, you have to expect them to do the same stuff that they did to everybody else. You can't expect anything different. This is why they don't like SYSBM. They don't like the Good Passport Bros. They don't like us because we throw a wrench in their plans, because we don't tolerate certain things. Even overseas, we don't tolerate certain things. We deal with it because we're there in that country. But when we leave, we like, nah, I'm not going back.